What's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to help you prepare for college or university, whichever one you're going to start attending in the fall. And congratulations to all of you who have gone into college or university. And if you're also going to community college, don't worry, because these tips will help you a ton. And also hit the subscribe button if you are in community college, because I'm going to be making videos on the transfer experience as well. So get ready for that, and let's get into this video. So number 1 tip is to learn to take good notes. When I was in high school, I took terrible notes. I barely even took notes at all. And taking good notes is so important in college. I've honestly figured out my perfect way of taking notes, which you can see in my video up here. But taking notes is honestly one of the most important things you can do. Now, when you are taking notes, make sure you don't write exactly down what the book says or what the teacher says or anything like that. What you want to do is write in your own words or using your own methods of proofs or anything in mathematics to show using your logic and understanding. Don't just write down exactly what the teacher says, because you're not going to remember that. You need to make a mental connection, which I go over in the video, of what you're writing down into your notes, so that you can actively recall the information later on. Alright, tip number 2 is to learn to read books. That might sound kind of weird, because you might think, hey, I'm going to college, I'm paying these professors a ton of money to teach me, why do I need to read a book to learn? And now, number 1, the professors actually get paid way more than your tuition. Number 2 is you need to learn to read these books, because some of the professors are just not good teachers at all. So you're gonna have to learn to read a lot. And I 100% guarantee you will not understand everything that the professor goes over in lecture the first time you learn it. There's gonna be some things where you're just stuck on and don't understand, and you can either solve that by reading the book, going to office hours, doing other things like collaborating with friends. But reading the book is the number 1 easiest way to do it, because you can always read the book. The professor doesn't always have office hours. So reading the book is definitely the number 1 thing to do. Now, don't just read and reread the book a bunch of times, because that doesn't really do anything for you. What I like to do is take notes on my reading. Again, I have another video on that as well. But I like to take notes on the reading, write down in my own words summaries of each paragraph. That way, you can actually actively recall the information and put it in your own words so that it is locked in your memory. And really, if you learn to read books efficiently, that's honestly going to help you for the rest of your life. But reading books is honestly one of the most important skills you can learn in college, so I highly recommend you learn to efficiently read books. Now, number 3 is going to be learn time management. This is super important, because in high school, I literally didn't study at all, okay? In community college, I studied maybe 5 hours a week. When I went to university, I lived in the library. I did not have any free time at all. And I don't want to say that to scare people. It's just because I chose to do that. I chose to spend my entire life in the library trying to study as much as I can, because I just love learning information. But realistically, you will probably expect to spend maybe 10 to 15 hours at your during your hardest quarters or hardest semesters doing studying a week. And really, that's not too much. 10 to 15 hours a week, that's maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. It's not too hard. So if you can learn to study in those 2 to 3 hour increments, it's amazing. So learning to study efficiently and manage your time. Make sure you put in enough time to eat breakfast, go to classes, go to the gym, study, sleep, do any social events that you want to go to. Make sure you schedule these in. The number 1 tip I have for this is to go on to make a Google Calendar or something similar like that. I don't really like the calendar in Notion, not gonna lie, but I love Google Calendars, and you can color code everything, so you can have classes one color or a specific class in this color, homework, do assignments here. You can put in time you want to study or go to the gym. You can do whatever on there. Google Calendar is amazing. And maybe if you like the video and comment below, I'll make a video on how to make a very highly efficient Google Calendar because I've learned a few tricks myself. So let me know if you're interested in that as well. Tip number 4 is to make sure you major in something that you actually really enjoy. I majored in physics because I really enjoy learning physics and I love the challenge and I love learning about like these fundamental laws of the universe. But that's not for everybody. I can definitely not do English because I can't like write a bunch of papers on like really old books. I can't do that. I'm also a little dyslexic too, so reading and writing's not my strong suit. So anyway, the thing is, I love physics. If you love reading, maybe consider being an English major or a literature major, or like majoring in another foreign language so you can learn to read in that language. Do something like that. Maybe you really love helping people. Well, if you help people with like child development or psychology or some other like social service program, that would be amazing too if you love helping people. Anyway, the point is to do what you love to do, not what you're expected to do or what you should do, what you truly love and are passionate to do. And if you don't know what that is yet, that's okay. You can definitely have time to figure it out. You have at least 4 years in college. And in those 4 years, you're gonna learn so much stuff and you're gonna learn so much about yourself that you'll probably find something that you love to do. And my tip for this is to just get involved with like other programs and stuff. Maybe find clubs that you find interesting or find programs that you find interesting. You know, maybe you're interested in becoming associate student president or something like that, or running for like, you know, the student congress or something similar to that. So things like that. Find like all kinds of different things that you love to do and just try them out. You have a bunch of time. You don't have to commit to any of them either. You can literally just show up for one meeting and never see them again. I ran a club and that happened a lot and I don't get mad at it. It's fine. People come in, come out. It's all good. And now my last tip for you is to make sure you do your research before you start going there. So I would definitely recommend researching the program you're in, what major you got accepted to, the requirements for it, and maybe start planning out your schedule a little bit. Any forms that you have to fill out, like FAFSA or financial aid forms, or like immunization records, things like that. Or even like housing too. If you haven't thought about housing yet, get that figured out because that's probably one of the most important things besides financial aid. Make sure you figure out when the due dates for all these things are and lay them out and get them done as soon as possible. I remember like my first year, I procrastinated so much on my financial aid. I was like literally in the financial aid office the first day of class trying to make sure I got my financial aid, and so like the classes I registered I didn't have to like pay full price for, which is actually really scary when you're talking about thousands of dollars. So make sure you get all your forms filled out as fast as possible because it is super important. And also research your major department. Like, so for me, I was in physics. If you want to research the physics department, the major requirements, faculty that is in the department that you want to meet or like talk to, maybe you want to do research in your department or something like that. Anything interesting that you can find about it, do some more research into it and find some really cool stuff, because I guarantee you every college has some like really cool little thing that you're gonna find super interesting about it once you get the research done. And that's basically gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.